Good day, welcome. This is your Daily Med with Lady V. Today we want to look at that holy city, the New Jerusalem that John saw coming down out of heaven to earth. Revelation chapter 21 verse 2. Revelation chapter 22 verse 1 through 5. But today we want to look at its eternal location. We know about its name, its identity. We know about its source. We know about its preparation. And today we will look at its eternal location. As we can see from Revelation chapter 21 verse 2, that John saw this city. It originated in heaven. He says, "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea." So we know exactly where it came from and where it is coming to, or where it is going to be, the New Jerusalem. The Jerusalem that comes out of heaven will take its final resting place, or its abode on planet Earth, and it will be done forever. But we also see in Revelation chapter 22 verse 1 through 5 what will happen when this new Jerusalem is here, when this new city is headquarters at the earthly Jerusalem on the earth. The Bible tells us that a river of life will proceed from the throne of God, because God's throne will be there. Revelation chapter 22 and verse 1. The Bible tells us that the fruit of the tree of life is going to be on either side of this river that flows out from the throne of God. Revelation chapter 22 and verse 2. The Bible tells us that the servants of God, the saints, shall serve God and the Lamb. Revelation chapter 22 verse 3. We will not be sitting around, but will be doing that which God has assigned us as the saints to do. So we will be serving God. Then God gave Adam something to do while he was here in the Garden of Eden. And so the people will also be given something to do. In like manner, we shall do what God says in the heavenly city. The Bible says his name shall be on our forehead when we see him. Revelation chapter 22 and verse 4. So Revelation 22 verse 1 through 5 says, "Then the angel showed me the river of water of life, as clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb. Down the middle of the great street of the city, on each side of the river, stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruits, yielding its fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. No longer will there be any curse. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will serve him. They will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads. There will be no more night. There will not need the light or the lamp of the light of the sun, for the Lord will give them light, and they will reign forever and ever." So what we are talking about here, we are saying this city will come to earth for its eternal and final location. So as John sees a pure river of water, it is the river of life. And as we say, it flows from the throne of God and the Lamb. And it will be flowing through the middle of the street. The Bible says on the right side and on the left side, as the river flows, there grows the tree of life with its 12 kinds of fruit. These fruit are not forbidden. They are fruit that are edible fruit. God's ceaseless provision for every season. 12 different fruit, and it yields one fruit each month. The Bible says the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. It explains to us that there is going to be perpetual health. No more sickness, no more sighing, no more pain, no more crying, no more dying. There will be no more curse. And because there is going to be no more curse, it means that we are going to have perfect sinlessness. The Bible says the throne of God and the Lamb shall be in it. Perfect government, the perfect administration of God and the Lamb. They will be the one in charge. They will be the one ruling. As the Bible tells us, his servants, which are the saints, shall serve him. It means that perfect service will be given by the saints of God. The Bible says when they see his face, there is going to be perfect communication. They can talk with him in person, one-on-one. The Bible says his name shall be on their forehead. Meaning they have what represents them or ties them to Christ. I would say perfect resemblance. The Bible says no night shall be there. It is going to be just perfect bliss, perfect blessedness. And the Bible says, and they shall reign forever and ever. But this will be on planet Earth. This perfect glory, this perfect joy, this perfect peace, this perfect communication, this perfect administration, this perfect sinlessness, all these things will be on planet Earth. So the new Jerusalem will find its final abode or its eternal abode upon the earth, where God and the Lamb will be ruling and reigning with the saints forever and ever.